And welcome back to another episode on the Infinite Realms server. This is your host, TheLostYeti. Welcome to the channel. This is episode 12. And as you can see, we've got a little bit of a dome, a golden dome on the gold farm. Now, this was just because your boy wanted to clean this place up a little bit. And I felt that it would look unfinished without that. Now, I did have to leave a little hole right here, and this is just for, so right now when I'm recording, I actually can't hear the audio. So if, for whatever reason, I want to do time-lapse or something over here, I need to be able to see if the redstone clock is working. So, that's what that is for, and then that's the way up to the farm. Looking all fancy, looking all fancy. I mean, it's not super, super nice, but it gets the job done. And we ran around and spawn-proofed it all. That way, we don't have to worry about anything spawning on top when we're up here farming our gold. So, super thrilled with how it's coming along. Looks like we got a couple extra spawns here. And I'm going to take a moment and go talk to Vert and see what he's up to. So, I did talk with Vert for a little bit, and we're planning on doing another farm coming up soon. But first things first, it is now Easter. Happy Easter, everyone, for those of you who celebrate. And it looks like Common's Easter egg hunt is now open. Let's see what he's got to say. Welcome and happy Easter. Once the clock strikes 12 MST on that Sunday, which is 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, by the way. Thanks, Common, for letting us know. Shulker chests are hidden around the whole island, and they will be named. They are yours to keep. None will need digging. All will be kind of visible. Enjoy. Thank you, Common, so much. I just want to take a peek at your egg. What's to say? Have a great day today. You too, Common. Red shulker that we put on the roof is still here. I figured by now someone would probably find it, but hey, there's a mending book up here for whoever wants to find it if you're now seeing this. I did figure we'd do a little bit of a trip around and see what shulkers are still hanging out. I know some people have already gone around and picked these guys up, but it does look like there was another one over here that was missed, so we'll grab this guy. And I don't feel so bad because I think I was the first person on to actually go egg hunting, so I kind of wanted to leave some hanging around for other people to find. I'm curious, though, did anyone ever get the one off of Virtuous's ship? That was the first one I would have gone for. Oh, that one's still there. I'm not quite sure how I just landed on that. Oh, we're down here. So we'll also grab that guy. See if we can't find any others. Now, if I remember correctly, this is Brad's building stuff. Yeah, that's his. It's actually his. I actually have since also checked Common's post, and he did say that there were over 50 eggs, which is why I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll actually pick up some more now. But also the fact that they're not in anyone's shops, so me checking my pyramid and a couple of the other shops was a little bit redundant. There were none in the bank, but he did hint that there weren't any in shops other than his, so we're gonna peek on because I think it would be fantastic to see if there's any over here. Frankly, I just didn't even think to check on this side of the map. And it seems that there are. Okay, that's everything downstairs. Do a little peek. Now, he would be an absolute madman if he were to hide one in here. So, mad respect if there's one in here, but I don't seem to see it. That'd be hidden for like days. But he does have other shops. Let's see if he actually put any this far out. So that would be 12 if we grab this guy. Which we will be grabbing this guy. And any more hanging around? Hello? Easter eggs? Are you up here? There are more up here. Okay, I feel bad grabbing all of these, but I gotta see what's inside. I won't take this one, but we're just going to do some sneak. I've got to. I can't. I said I wasn't going to grab it. By the right, you know it's up here. Anyone else that's looking. Ah, that's painful. Common, why? Common, why? But yeah, guys, this has been Common's little Easter egg hunt. I hope everyone else on the server manages to get out here and get some. There's a handful hanging around here, just to name a few more. So I do feel a little bit better now, it being a day later. So not everything got scooped up. But let's actually go back to the base and see what we got for our loot. And here they are, all 12 Easter eggs that we grabbed. And yeah, we did leave some out there. So for our loot, we managed to get 2 stacks of rockets, another 2 stacks of rockets, stack of clay, a stack of iron blocks, bunch of cobble and dirt, a netherite ingot, which by the way, still one more out there in the wild, for those of you who haven't found it yet, a poisonous potato, a shulker full of iron, a book of mending, which is always super helpful, 64 bone meal, 64 gunpowder, and 64 blocks of coal, which is going to go immediately back in my shop. But yeah, super, super awesome to see this out here. But that's my loot. I hope everyone else is happy with what they found. Be sure to check out everyone else on the channel's perspectives that's going to include this. But without further ado, let's get back to our regularly scheduled program. So you might be wondering why I gathered you here, Common.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take you on a little trip, if you don't mind.
Okay, do I need my...
You can walk there. We're going to walk there. So, you're concerned with this little piece... Excuse me, I believe that's my head.
Oh, my bad.
So, you're concerned with this little piece of paper, right?
I'm a little concerned with it.
And, as you can see in front of me is a little shop that is called Odds and Ends.
Yeah, little.
And...
biggest shop in the shopping district, but I mean...
Well...
yeah, sure, little shop.
Okay, but if we're talking...
oh, well, I guess your new
I do
bigger.
think my new shop is bigger. But if we're talking looks, okay, I think some of the coolest shops, I mean, there's Virtuous, which is pretty rad. I really like your chest shop. Just saying.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm really proud of the pyramid. I think the totem shop is pretty dope, just because like you know exactly what it is. There are a lot of good shops. Not to discount Striker or the Fireflies or even the Black Market whenever that gets finished. There's a lot of dope shops.
Right.
I personally believe that Odds and Ends is on the weaker side of that.
Yeah. You don't think it's up to...
I do not. And I think I might know someone who would be able, with a magic touch, to pimp Odds and Ends.
Oh.
And give it a little bit of a facelift. Now, I have some ideas. These are just ideas you can run with however you want. I want you to have full creative freedom to do what you like with the exterior. The only limitations you really have from my side is Matt does have this lower shop right here in the center, as well as the end shop, which, to be fair, this is kind of like his stuff, so I don't want to touch his stuff. I don't want to give you, permission to touch his stuff. But the whole upper area where my stuff is, this is all fair game. If you have a vision, go for it. But the main thing is, this whole back half of the shop really hasn't been finished. So the concept that I was playing with is down here is kind of like a dock to spawn. So when people first come on the server, as you can see, a handful of people have... you boat up. If you are coming from spawn to here, this is like where you get dropped off.
Yeah, what's this big...
that goes to the ravine that's under shopping district.
I didn't know there was a ravine under the shopping district. Oh, wow.
So, with that said, it kind of looks silly if you're coming from spawn that half of this isn't done. And
it's fair.
At first I was like, okay, I'm going to let Matt do a little bit of work over here and let him kind of claim what he wants to claim. And it looks like he's got what he's wanted. So I feel comfortable, letting you go for it. But I think it needs a little bit of a remodel. I just think that it's out of date and it needs a little shining, a little CommonVirus shine.
Of course. Yeah. So what blocks do you like in this palette? And I'll try to go from there.
So one concept that I did have for it was on the roof. I was kind of playing with the idea that this place has been infected with mushrooms because it was in the mushroom biome.
Yeah.
So if you want to go the mushroom route, that'd be pretty cool. Some sort of like fungal infested kind of place, like really take it over. It's very clean, and I feel like it doesn't need to be so clean.
Okay. Yeah.
It needs to have a big sign on the side. It doesn't need to have this big sign on the side, but it has to have a big sign so people know its odds and ends.
I'll redo your sign so like people can see it, because it made a lot more sense. And now Striker's got this shop that like, yeah, you can see it right here technically, but like only when I'm right up against it.
Right.
And look at this. It's not even odds and ends.
It's just
odds and end.
Odds and end. It doesn't even have all the letters.
Exactly. So yeah, I'll give this sign some love. No worries.
So the sign needs a little bit of
I'll
love.
try and design you guys something.
The lower portion of the circular area, just because Matt's kind of integrated into that, I would try to keep some of that, but the whole outer shell can get worked on. The upper area can get swapped out. I really want you to just go nuts and do whatever you think is creative and fun. You have free reign for this project for all of the wool upstairs. If you want to do some like crazy things growing out of it or whatever, you can obviously help yourself.
Sweet.
And similarly,
I'll try and use real blocks for you.
Similarly, my storage facility, essentially, it's all sorted, as well as my chess monster is all fair game. I don't want you to really spend out too many of your own blocks. It's more so I just want your creativity. You are the exhibit of the Pimp This building, essentially.
I love it.
If you've seen Pimp My Ride.
Yeah, totally. Of course I've seen Pimp My Ride. You know I'm a 90s baby.
So feel free to add entrances, change entrances. One nice thing was you could fly up to the entrance of my store, so if you've got a concept for that.
Yeah.
Again, totally free reign.
I love that you can do that.
The only concept I had was like the fungal infested, but it's super clean for that. It's not that, but it'd be cool to be that.
Yeah. I really like the fungal infested thing. I might take it and try and really run with that. But we'll see. We'll see, yeah.
So, I also have a question for you.
Answer, hopefully.
Okay, can we take a trip out to your base real quick?
Yeah. Bye.
So my question to you is, do you have any plots of land in your town that you would be willing to sell?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let me, like, what type of plot you thinking? You want like a little storefront? You want like somewhere to set up like a cute little house? You want a skyscraper?
So, okay, so there's two things. Heads up, there's a zombie coming in from behind. So, don't think that I've forgotten that I've got a base out here.
I haven't forgotten that.
And
oh,
I would like to make some sort of front to that building if you have not already built a front to that building.
I have not. Here, I can actually show you where it is, too, because I've dug it through.
So, if I could purchase part of this cliff to make a front face...
Okay, just a heads up. The front is way up there. Like,
I see that.
Yeah, like right there is the front of it.
Then that's okay. I can do something with that.
Absolutely. No, like you can have this plot right here if you'd like it.
So
This,
hear
like,
me
end
out.
of the road thing.
I'm willing to buy a more prominent plot somewhere around, maybe near your, whatchamacallit? What is it? Not a favela.
The hacienda.
Hacienda. Perhaps in this corner, maybe next to your note stand or something like that. And it's a little 2 for 1, so I'll actually buy a plot of land and then purchase that little front face to kind of clean it up a little bit, make like an entrance way to that.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, how big of a plot do you want over here? And let me know. I am going to be making a bridge. Coming like right, I've got this like hollow of land right in front of my note stand thing that will eventually be a bridge, hopefully mirroring that one that I have going towards the nether.
Will you meet me in the middle at 6?
I will meet you in the middle at 6.
Okay.
But you gotta add them to the diamond river.
I'm okay with that.
It's one of those things where, like, you know, when you need stuff, it disappears quick.
Do you want to go in underneath this bridge?
Yeah, I would just replace the dirt blocks. I'm just gonna try and follow this form.
All right, so that's 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6. Pleasure doing business.
Good doing business with you.
Back at Commons Base, since we've made our little acquisition. Now, this is going to be our little plot of land, but don't you worry, I already gathered a bunch of materials, and I got some glass and some stone cooking up because this is where we're going to be building for our spot. Now, I leveled it, and I just added some dirt, so hopefully some grass will grow so we can actually have a building plot. But as I said, I already have a plan for this place. So let's actually take a quick trip over to the Infinite Realms creative server. I don't know if I've showcased that yet. And take a look at what we're going to be building. And this is the guy, the Sheep Blender. I feel like it's going to be a perfect fit for Common's eclectic city. I think that it's exactly what he needs. And I'm hoping to build on a little bit of a platform so that he can move his little sheep farm on into the inside because, as we all joke, his sheep farm is a sheep blender. And by we all, I mean me, because I call it a sheep blender. And I want to make sure that it really sells it. Now, the top here is just for show. It doesn't actually gather wool, although that would be super cool if it did. But yeah, without further ado, let's see if we can't make this on the regular server. Out with the old and in with the new. Now this is the sheep blender, the real sheep blender. As you can see, it is properly labeled, and in addition, it has wool storage inside. But don't worry, it's 100% PETA approved. So now, ignore that. Sometimes it does that. All the wool is being captured by the hoppers, brought down to this main collection chest. Check it out, check it out. And then manually sorted into these barrels over here, which has the corresponding label on the outside. So this should keep Common's wool way more organized, way more usable for all of his projects and needs, and way more sheep friendly. Look at them, they're just having a blast. With that taken care of, guys, I think that's all we have time for today. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like on the channel. As always, guys, this has been your host, TheLostYeti, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode on the Infinite Realms server.